The Liverpool's stance regarding the new contract of the club's biggest star is causing quite a surprise. Liverpool injury update, latest news on Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, as well as their return dates. Welcome, Reds fans! Come check out the latest news from the greatest club in the world. Let's go to the video. Facing significant financial problems this summer, Liverpool is seeking a transfer for Murillo from Nottingham Forest. The Nottinghamshire club, which has signed around 50 players over 2 years, was fined 4 points this week for breaching financial fair play regulations. Even after the punishment, Forest still faces financial consequences. The Times reports they may have to sell one of their key players by the end of June to avoid losing more points next season due to financial rule violations, even if they get relegated. Liverpool is planning to sign a defender. Murillo, who signed a 5-year contract to join the Corinthians team this summer, is a player who has been attracting attention. The Daily Mail states that Liverpool, along with 3 other teams, is interested in a summer transfer for the 21-year-old defender. Nottingham Forest will have a very uncertain summer as they struggle to hold on to defender Murillo. Newcastle, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and other Premier League teams are keeping an eye on the defender's development. Liverpool faces competition to sign Murillo. The defender is being considered by Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain before the summer transfer window. This season, Murillo has played 27 matches and has mainly stood out for the Premier League club. It is expected that Joel Matip will leave Liverpool in the summer when his contract expires, so the Brazilian could be a possibility for them given his enormous potential and the technical skill required to succeed at a higher level. Additionally, Forest may get a lower price due to the need to sell while seeking to raise funds. The current contractual situations of Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk need a firm hand to guide them. And the hiring of Hughes as the new sporting director could be the solution to set things in order. According to the Times, there was surprise in some quarters that Liverpool has not made more effort to tie each of the 3 main players to a new deal. The alarm bells are starting to ring quietly. The idea is that Hughes' arrival at the club signals the beginning of proper negotiations with the 3, Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk. With only 1 year left on each of their contracts this summer, they need to be resolved as a matter of priority. Of the 3, it might be Alexander-Arnold who will cause the most anxiety among Liverpool fans. Although Salah and Van Dijk are equally, if not more, important, both are now on the wrong side of 30. Salah's future is already obscured by significant interest from Saudi Arabia, while Van Dijk will be 34 when his contract ends. There's a little argument for not extending as well. In Trent's case, however, there's no such excuse. At 25, the right-back still has his best years ahead of him. As vice-captain, his importance to the team has never been greater. It's really surprising that this hasn't been resolved yet. We hope Hughes' arrival changes that. With the club now in good hands and moving in a clear direction, things will surely start to change regarding the 3 contracts. Whether they will be signed or not may be a different question. There shouldn't be much concern with Trent, although you can imagine he would be seeking a salary increase commensurate with the club's top earners. As for Van Dijk and Salah, attempts should also be made. We hope to see more positive updates in the coming weeks. Liverpool received mixed news at the start of the international break. Darwin Núñez was dropped from the Uruguayan national team, but Ibrahima Konate seems to have recovered from the injury that kept him out of the last 3 games. Liverpool will face Brighton on March 31st, and Curtis Jones is ready to return, with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Diogo Jota not far behind. The potential issues for Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo seem less concerning after joining their national teams. Here's the latest injury update for Liverpool and the return dates. Darwin Núñez. Núñez is uncertain about Liverpool's return to action after leaving the Uruguayan national team. The South Americans will play friendlies against the Basque Country in Bilbao and Ivory Coast in the French city of Lens, but Núñez will not participate in these matches after confirming his departure from the team. Uruguay explained his absence due to physical issues. Potential return date, unknown. Trent Alexander-Arnold. A knee ligament injury suffered against Burnley in early February will keep Alexander-Arnold out for just over 2 months. Klopp doesn't expect the English right-back to be fit for the immediate end of the break, but is eyeing his return the following week. Potential return date, April 7th against Manchester United. Luis Diaz. Klopp revealed after the United defeat that Diaz picked up a groin problem during the FA Cup quarter-finals. He was replaced by Bobby Clark in extra time. As things stand, he is still expected to join the Colombian national team for friendlies against Spain and Romania, which will take place in London and Madrid respectively, sparing him from a long trip to South America. He then joined his national team without further issues earlier this week. Potential return date, March 31st versus Brighton. Cody Gakpo. Gakpo came on as a substitute at Old Trafford but suffered an ankle twist, Klopp stated after the match. The 24-year-old has been called up to the Dutch national team for games against Scotland and Germany next week. Potential return date, March 31st versus Brighton. Ibrahima Konate. An injury to French defender Konate during the Europa League trip to Sparta Prague saw him miss Liverpool's last 3 games. Klopp expected him to miss the United Cup tie while waiting for his return to training, but seemed optimistic that his return was close. Konate is now with the French national team and is expected to participate in games against Germany and Chile. Potential return date? March 31st versus Brighton. Diogo Jota. There were fears that Jota would be out for a long time after being stretchered off in the mid-February win at Brentford. Nonetheless, Liverpool hopes to see him back around the same time as Alexander-Arnold, with a midweek game against Sheffield United on the schedule before the next trip to Old Trafford. Potential return date, April 7th against Manchester United. Curtis Jones. Liverpool's trip to Brentford led to multiple injuries, with Jones among them after twisting his ankle in West London. But Klopp stated last week that he should have the midfielder back in contention as soon as the international break ends. Potential return date, March 31st versus Brighton. Alisson Becker. The Reds declined to set a deadline for Alisson's return after a thigh tendon injury deemed quite serious by Klopp. The German coach stated he is confident that the Brazilian goalkeeper will return to play this season after noticing the issue in training. Potential return date, April or May 2024. Thiago Alcantara, Stefan Bajcetic, and Ben Doak still have no set return dates. Thank you very much for watching so far. Until next time.